Hey, it's time for Live with Bill Burns. I'm here today with a special Memorial Day edition, family edition today. So, hey, make sure you like and share this on Facebook, social media, so we can get the word out and keep people informed of what's happening in the community and talk to some of our local officials here from time to time. Live with Bill Burns happens on Mondays at 10 a.m. We appreciate y'all joining in. If you know somebody that would be a great guest on my program, drop me an email or leave a message here on Facebook and we'll try to get a hold of them. But would love to have you let us know who you'd like to see on our program next time. But again, I told you that it's family edition today. So Sophia and Leo are going to be joining me, and we're going to talk about their journey and what's happening with them here in life today. So remember, like and share this program so that we can continue to spread the good word that's happening around Southern Indiana. Hey, Leo and Sophia, how are you all this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we do have Leo and Sophia here. 27 years ago, Angie and I started our journey called life, created our family, and then in a few years later, Sophia was born. And oftentimes, sometimes had Leo been the first child, Sophia may not have made it here. But overall, it's been a blessing, and we love both of our children, and it's been a great thing. But I'm so happy to have both of them on here today. I was chatting with Sophia and said, "Hey, what do you think? Should I skip Memorial Day, or should we? Should I? Who do you think would be a good guest?" And she said, "Why not have us on there? Have it kind of." So, let's not forget to take a moment and remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for us. Today is Memorial Day, and we will be honoring all those that paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms here in this country. So we appreciate that, and can't thank them enough. So oftentimes forget, and I think Leo and Sophia know, but their grandfather, my dad, served in the military for a brief period of time before he was medically discharged in the Navy. And then I believe my grandfather, Willie, was in the military as well. So little fun fact about Leo that maybe some of you don't know. His name is actually William Leo Burns III. So my dad is senior, I'm junior, and Leo's the third. So my grandfather, my dad's dad, was Leo Burns and didn't have a middle name. So they named my dad William. And then ironically, my mom's dad was Willie. We weren't really named after Willie, but I don't think he had a middle name either. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. So, hey, Sophia, so tell me about your journey. You where you went to school, etc.
Yeah, so back in the beginning, I went to Thomas Jefferson Elementary School, and then River Valley Middle School, and then I graduated from Jeffersonville High School in 2014.
Pretty cool that you graduated in 2014, and our address has been 2014 for almost 20 years. Can you believe that?
Yes, I used that on my graduation invitations.
Yeah, that's right. You stood in front of the mailbox, didn't you? Maybe. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so how about you, Leo? Want to tell us a little bit about you?
I started elementary school at TJ, and after I graduated there, I went to middle school at River Valley, and then I went to Jeffersonville High School, where I graduated this year.
In 2020. So it's pretty exciting. We're, I guess it'd be third generation. My dad told me oftentimes that when Thomas Jefferson was built, way back when dirt was being formed, that he was the first older class in that school, and they needed people to help put the desks together. So they sent some of the boys, and he was one of them, to that school to assemble the desks that were going to be used in that school. So it's pretty exciting. I went to Thomas Jefferson. My two kids went there. We all three went to River Valley and graduated from Jeff High. So we're a whole family that attended Jeffersonville High School. So it's a great high school. It has a lot of, sometimes has a little bit of a bad reputation. But you know what? The three of us are living proof right here that we survived it, and it's getting stronger all the time at Jeff High. So, if you have that negative condemnation about it, you really need to educate yourself about Jeffersonville High School. So, Yeah, Leo, you say you graduated in 2020. That's exactly 30 years from when I graduated. I graduated in 1990, so that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So it's pretty unusual this year on high school. Your last 6-8 weeks of high school you spent, doing what do you call it? Work from home.
E-learning.
E-learning. There you go. E-learning from home. Very much different than what you expected. It kind of messed things up for you in cross country, etc. So, what was something in high school the last 4 years that really stuck out for you that you can remember? Anything?
The amazing community of sports.
Sports?
Yes.
So what sports did you partake in and really like?
I did cross country and track.
Okay. So what in those two sports, anything in particular that really sticks out in your mind that helped you shape and grow where you are today?
Both those sports, cross country especially, gave me leadership skills. It also gave me the ability to push through difficult situations.
Okay, that's excellent. It's always good to get into some kind of a club or some kind of athletic group at the high school level, so you can have a great group of friends and support system during your four years in high school. So, one of the things that sticks out to me for Sophia is, from the time I can remember, she could barely talk. She loves singing and acting and all those things. So tell us a little bit about singing and acting through all. Really, it started in elementary school down at TJ, right?
Yeah. Mom says I could sing before I could talk. So I started doing theater probably when I was 5, but Jeff High theater is what sticks out the most and shaped me probably in high school, just like Leo was saying about cross country. I think it allowed me to be confident to put myself out there, and I also met some of my best friends. And theater really pushes you out of your comfort zone. So, yeah, theater and choir.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I often remember times because heck, I just forgot his last name. Daniel from the Juicebox Heroes. What's his last name?
Farmer.
I couldn't think of it, but Dan now is up and adulting very well. And back when you were in grade school, you were like a duck when he was in. Isn't that about the time period?
Yeah, he was in high school and I was in elementary school. And what was the show?
I don't know if you were a duck, I believe.
Oz, something, but it was like different than the Wizard of Oz. So if someone remembers it, comment.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mom remembers.
By the way, Sophia's monitoring the comments. So if you got any questions or comments, just put them in there and we'll try to do our best to answer those. So
it was Honk.
Honk? Okay. Did somebody comment and remind you?
Mom.
Yeah, it was Honk. Okay. I knew it was something. So anyway, hey, so Leo, now that you graduated, what's the plan after high school?
I plan on going to U of L, where I'll attend the Speed School of Engineering, and I want to graduate in civil engineering.
Civil engineering, is that like where you design stuff and roads and bridges and maybe survey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you think that'd be exciting?
Yes, I think it'll suit me well.
Suit you well? Okay. Have you explored any opportunities in that yet or anything?
I did a job shadow at JTL, Jacoby.
Jacoby Tuman Lawns?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Great company right there on the edge of Clarksville and New Albany. So, Sophia, tell us a little bit. You graduated. You're going to help me with the years. About 2 years ago from U of L.
Yeah, May 2018 from U of L.
So tell us a little bit about your journey after college, right there.
Oh, okay, after college. So I graduated from U of L in May 2018, and then I was blessed enough to land a job at Ivy Tech Community College as the assistant director of admissions. Pretty much right after graduation, I started July 2nd, so that was a huge blessing. A lot of graduates don't experience that quickly. And it was a wonderful position. I was there for about a year and a half, maybe a year and 3 months.
Right.
And it was an amazing team of gals in the admissions department, and I miss them a lot. as I came upon my year at Ivy Tech, I was thinking of the skills that I was using and what I wasn't using. And I actually kind of resisted real estate because I grew up around it. But as I thought about the skills that I was missing, just the entrepreneurship and creativity and kind of independent work, I was really drawn to real estate. So I started talking to Abe about it and talking to you. And I actually took a career assessment to kind of affirm, like, okay, would I do this if I didn't grow up around real estate? So anyway, I believe Ivy Tech empowered me to make that career change, even though it was kind of risky. I think it helped develop skills that I needed now. So I'm currently in real estate as of February, the beginning of February. So that's kind of where I am now.
Yeah, joined in February, and then what? I don't know. 2 months later, we go into COVID-19, the pandemic. So you've had been very successful so far, and even with the pandemic, have continued with success. So Sophia's kind of a social butterfly, so she knows a lot of people and has a lot of great connections in real estate. So, she kind of alluded to the fact, I tried to encourage her to get her license at age 18. During that time, she was working different odd jobs to make spending money, et cetera, while she was at U of L. And I said, get your real estate license. You could sell a couple houses a year and you wouldn't have to work as much. But I believe that the journey she took to get her to where she is today enriched her skills and strengthened her even more to be poised for success. So, and
without U of L, I wouldn't have my church or my husband and my best friends that I made there. So,
yeah. So, well, let's not forget. Let's go ahead. We didn't even mention anything about Abe.
Yeah. So my husband, Abraham, is an American Sign Language interpreter for the deaf and hard of hearing. So he's also self-employed independent contractor through multiple different agencies in Indiana and Kentucky. So if you know someone needing interpreting or anything like that, you might see him at a wedding, at medical appointments, funerals, churches, everywhere. So.
Yeah, well, tell us a little more. How long you've been married, et cetera? We didn't cover any of those bases.
So we got married November 2017. So we've been married almost 3 years, and we have a baby on the way. Coming in October, a baby boy. We met at U of L our freshman year, and we were friends up until junior year, and then that's when we started dating. So.
Pretty exciting. So the boys do what, around the October 15th, 18th or something?
23rd.
23rd. So towards the latter part of October, we have our first grandchild here. So that's pretty exciting. So Leo, throughout most of your high school career, you spent your working time at Kroger in Clarksville, but have recently made a little bit of a career change. So tell us what you're doing now.
Mostly work for you.
Well, what are you doing?
Maintenance on your rentals. We're doing flip houses right now occasionally.
Yeah,
odds and ends.
So it has been exciting to see both of my kids, working somewhat at a capacity in real estate. What Angie and I have been doing for the last 20 years. Some of you may or may not realize. Back in high school, I started a lawn and landscape business and built that up to a retail store on Hamburg Pike, and then sold that in roughly 93 or 96, I guess. I've lost track of time. It's been a little over 20 years since we sold it, I believe. And then at that time was building houses while I had the landscape business. Was going a different career path, but that path never came to fruition. So continued building houses, and that just became increasingly more busy. Decided if I was going to build them, I'd get my real estate license. And here we are 20 years later, 2 RE/MAX offices, one in Jeffersonville, one in New Albany, serving our clients. And, we're just so thankful that everybody entrusts their business with RE/MAX First, because it allows us to be able to give back to the community. And that's what I love so much, is helping people and giving back. And as Leo said, he is. It has been a great help that Leo's helping with some of our maintenance stuff, and then we have done a couple, 2 or 3 flip houses that he's done work on as well. He's probably not going to do apartment maintenance full time forever, but while he's available, it does help out quite a bit. Anything else you want to add or you can think of?
Well, it was 2001 that you sold.
Oh, really?
So yes, not the 90s.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's true. We bought it in.
I grew up running around the nursery.
We bought the nursery in '96, so I think. Well, I had the lawn and landscape service business, and then I bought what was a 3rd generation business called Graham Nurseries in, I believe, '96, and then we turned that into a pretty large operation, and then sold it in 2001. Actually, and I think you remember the nursery a little bit, Leo. No, you wouldn't remember.
Not necessarily. No,
you wouldn't remember. You'd be too young. So we still got some great photos. We got great memories. That was hard work, but work, as Sophia said, that shaped where we are today and allowed us to be where we are today. Any comments or anything on social media?
Doris Crawford says, "Congrats to all about the baby."
Doris is one of our new agents joining RE/MAX first. She's in that pandemic experience. She's trying to take the test, and they're all closed. The testing are closed. She's been a real trooper. She's embraced it as much as any new agent could, trying to get training and stuff.
Lisa Sanders says, "Congratulations to you, Leo."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. People are
Yeah,
congratulating.
I can see the Facebook comments on here.
What?
You can pull them up on here, the Facebook comments.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, I see them. They are on there to the right side.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Oh, Terry Hall was saying, my grandpa Phipps was in World War II. I couldn't remember. I got a short memory span.
Mm-hmm.
There's Dana Juliant says hello.
And Abe's grandfather, Patrick O'Coffey, served as well, and he's on here. So thank you, Grandpa.
Yeah, and a shout out to Delana, my sister. She's on there as well. Sends us kisses. And Mom said something about yay, sweet baby. I don't know. Oh, sweet baby of the grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, you cheated. Mom told you it was 2001, didn't she?
I knew because I remembered it.
I see she posted it on there. Fascinating story, my friend, and great family. Poor Sophia and Leo that you made them do this. Hey, Ben, I didn't make them do anything. They saw opportunity and seized the moment. So that's what I would say. They're somewhat self-employed, not as much Leo, but being in real estate, in business for yourself, just not by yourself, and you can make your own destiny. So love to talk to anybody that would love to learn more about a career in real estate. Okay. Anything else we want to add? Or I do want to mention it is so exciting. Sophia lived at U of L for 4 years, and then the first year-ish of her marriage, lived in a house that they rented in Germantown. Yeah. And then decided somehow she convinced her husband that thought that he'd had to go to the federal government and get a passport to move to Indiana, and that none of his friends would drive to Indiana and see him. He'd be home, he'd be friendless, etc. And he moved to the great state of Indiana and still has friends, and they still allow him to go to his church in Louisville. So both of them. So
it's hard to get a California boy to move to Indiana. There's something about it.
So it's exciting to have them on this side of the river. So living in Indiana. Anything you want to add, Leo? Something you can think of?
Not that I can think of.
Well, one thing I want to make sure that we mention, a shout out to Angie, because she does endure a lot. She's steadfast for our family and has been there through thick and thin all the time. and she's part of the reason that we're able to do what we do, because she unequivocally supports us in everything we do. So we just love her and give a big shout out to her. We know we're not the most easiest persons to deal with, but in the long run, the bad outweighs the good.
Speak for yourself.
I said that backwards, didn't I? The good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
speak for yourself.
What
She's
do you
never
mean?
said I'm not the easiest.
You think my children think they're easy to deal with?
No, I do.
Oh, you think you're easy to deal with? Okay.
Maybe not me.
Well, I'll give you that, but Leo's not the easiest to deal with. Trust me. He still lives at home.
Yeah.
There's Grandma Burns says Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to her. Okay. Well, it's been exciting chatting here with Sophia and Leo. Don't forget, Live with Bill Burns happens every Monday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in, like, and share these posts. If you have a guest you'd like to see on here, a community leader or business owner, drop me a message on Facebook Messenger, and we'll try to do our best to accommodate having them appear on the show. So every time I do a show, you'll probably hear it. I heard the first whistle. A train comes by my office. I'm at the Remax Studios here on Veterans Parkway, and here comes the darn train.
I'm going to hear it too because I'm close to the office.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really loud, and I think they honk it extra 2 or 3 times when they know I'm sitting in my office. So
same time every day.
Yes.
Oh, wait, maybe you're right, because it does seem like it comes every time I do live on Facebook.
Yeah, it's probably the same time.
Yeah. Big plans for the holiday today, either one of you?
I'm going to Deems Lake with my husband. We're going to get Jimmy John's and do a little picnic and probably be really crowded, as you said. So,
yeah, I saw in the news last night WDRB was at Deems Lake, and they said they seemed like they were having record crowds. They normally rent 50 kayaks on a day like yesterday. They rented 200 times yesterday. Yeah. So they're expecting a big crowd again today. But, they had the camera panning. People looked like they were social distancing and doing a very good job with that many people. So there's plenty of room to spread out. The beach area might be a little tight. But just remember, we're in a great period. We have a great governor in the state of Indiana that's allowing us to reopen. But if we don't follow the rules set forth by the governor and the health department, he could roll back those rules and start clamping back down. So make sure you're social distancing, and I want you to get out and go to the local restaurants. They need your support more than ever. But if you get there and it looks too crowded and you think that maybe it's not right, just go to the one next door. Try something out of the box, and just make sure that you're social distancing. Anything else you'd like to add, Leo?
Not that I can think of.
Well, I probably need to shout out to Leo. First of all, I can't even believe he's on here. He's done a great job. If you all knew anything about him, this is way out of the box. He probably wants to climb in a box right now. And he's probably thinking, when is he going to shut up and how long till this is going to be over?
Yeah, he probably won't become a real estate agent.
If he's part of real estate, he'd be in the backside, on the financial side with his mom. He'd be analytical, doing the numbers, creating a program that would do the numbers for him or something. So look at my list here. Well, I can't think of anything else. Excuse me. I think we've a little short today, but it's been a great time chatting with Sophia and Leo, the loves of my life, my family. And make sure you tune in on Monday. So everybody have a great holiday weekend, and take time to observe and remember those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. See you next Monday at 10 a.m.